Salute. Good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Knicks Real Talk pregame MLK Day show, man. Salute to everyone out there. Hope everybody doing well today. Happy MLK Day to everybody out there, man. Salute. Let's get it popping. New York Knicks down at the world most famous arena today against the Charlotte Hornets matinee game, 1 o'clock. Let's go down there and get a pop, man. Should be an exciting game today down at the world most famous arena tonight. This afternoon, looking forward to the game. It's going to be a fun game, good matchup, man. A real great game today. Charlotte Hornets coming in, playing good basketball. We playing great basketball. It's going to be a fun game to watch. Both of us like 4-1 in the last 5 games. It'll be a real interesting game, real pivotal game for us today, man. It's a game we love to have as the Knicks fan base, as the Knicks fans. It's going to be an interesting game today, man. It really is, man. So we're going to go down there and go up in the world most famous arena today and get it popping. Try to get this W, try to get this W to get to 23-21. So it should be a fun game overall. I'm really looking forward to it, man. It's going to be exciting. And we just got to go down there and get it popping today, man, and try to get this W. So I'm really looking forward to this game, man. But I hope everybody having a blessed day, man. They chilling, they just relaxing and getting ready for the game. So I'm going to bring you the pregame MLK jump off, man. Let's get it popping. We're going to go over some stats, break down everything for the game tonight, the matchups and all that good stuff, the injury report. We're going to get into all that. Like I said, man, I hope everybody doing great out there, man. They just chilling. They here with me. And I'm here, man, Knicks Real Talk to get it popping for the next hour and change, man. Just to lead us up to the game, man. It's going to be a exciting, fun game. LaMelo Ball in the middle of the town today. I know the place going to be buzzing. All the kids out of school today, they're going to be up in the building. Should be a fun atmosphere at MSG today. And my Knicks, like I said, we playing some good basketball. So hopefully we continue to winning ways going here today and get a victory at MSG, man, and keep moving forward. So we are playing great basketball, like 11-3 in the last 11 games, whatever the case may be. And we really playing good ball in New York. I'm happy that we finally turned this thing around. And we starting to get back to what we do. Denny is starting to take form and take place. So it's going to be fun overall, man. I'm really looking forward to the game today. So let's just see how the thing go, man. We got a lot of interesting matchups to go over, man, down there. Like I said, man, you got the LaMelo Ball coming in town. Him and Allisburg's going to be getting down at each other, man. So it'll be fun to watch today, man. And so let's get it popping. Salute to the chat for being up here. Salute to everybody where you're streaming in from. Thanks for coming and joining the show today. On this beautiful matinee day, man. In the morning time, mid after day, 11:30, and we ready to get into it, man. You know what I mean? It should be a fun day today. We got snow up and down the coast. A little bit of snow all over the place, but that's fine. It's winter time, so we can expect that. But let's get it, man. Let's go in there and get this win, man. Go for this 4th in a row. Should be fun, electrifying. Salute the will, and let's go get it popping, man. Let's really talk about it, man. Get ready to break down the game content and everything and see what's involved with the game today. Like I said, we know the Knicks playing the Charlotte Hornets, 22-21 for us. The Charlotte Hornets 23-20. It's a big game for us because if we beat them today, we both got the same identical record. And, they beat us back in November. I was in the building that day down in Charlotte that day, man. They beat us that night. Kemba Walker had a great game tonight, lit it up in Charlotte, but we still came out there with an L. So, no Kemba Walker today, man. But let's see if the Knicks can bounce back and get that revenge game against Charlotte at MSG today. We've been playing good at home. He's 60 degrees. That's beautiful there, man. For you, good looking, Will. In Colorado, 60 degrees. That's wonderful. We'll take that weather all day, but unfortunately over here on the East Coast, it ain't popping right now. But yeah, man, we're looking to get a revenge game. They beat us in November the 12th. Now we need to come back and try to beat these guys and be 1-1 on the record. Then maybe later on to see we probably playing them again. And we want to beat all these Eastern Conference teams, man, who we going up against. So, and I think it's going to be a fun game today. I really do. I think it's going to be a fun game. I think the Knicks are ready for this thing. They've been playing good ball lately. Like I said, they're ready for it. They're ready to go in there and battle and compete and come out this thing with a victory. You know what I mean? So, we always have trouble with these matinee games. But the last couple of matinee games, we've been playing pretty good basketball. We haven't took too many L's at the matinee game in the last month. So let's see if we can get this thing popping today. And then let's break down everything that we need to break down, man, before we can get back into it. For the Knicks starting lineup today, projected starting lineup. Obviously, R.J. Barrett, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson, Alec Burks, and Evan Fournier. As of right now, is going to be the Knicks starting unit. And for the Charlotte Hornets, it's going to be LaMelo Ball, Terry Rozier, Miles Bridges, Gordon Hayward, and Miles Plumlee. They got a pretty good thing there, man. Them guys playing good basketball, a lot of good offense over there, man. So we got to make sure our defense is ready to play. On the injury front, for the New York Knicks, Cam Reddish out, obviously Kemba Walker, Nerlens Noel, and Derrick Rose is out as well. And for the Charlotte Hornets, I think Kelly Oubre is the only one that I've seen out there in the report that's out, and he could be a game-time decision as well. Overall, man, like I said, man, we're on a 3-game winning streak. We 22-21, 10-1 10th in the Eastern Conference, got a chance to move up a pretty good, at least the 7th spot today. There's a lot of teams playing each other today, man. I'm going to get into all that, break down the NBA, go over the NBA doctrine today. A lot of important games in the NBA that teams that we are competing against in our conference, in our division, they play today. So if they could take some L today and we get a victory that bodes well for us, we move a game up on a lot of people. So I think it's going to be a fun game today. It's going to be an important game today. And like I said earlier, man, our starting unit been playing some good basketball lately, man. The defense is coming around. The offense is there. Evan Fournier starting to play good basketball. RJ, Randall, Mitchell Robinson is on a tear. He looking like his old self. I mean, Alex Burks holding down the point guard spot for the New York Knicks. He's holding it down. He played a good game the last game, man. Had like 6 assists, distributing the ball. That was really lovely to see. So I think that's overall, man. We've been playing good defense and MSG, and I think our numbers are starting to speak for themselves. So I think we back on it, man. 2022, we started the season pretty good. But we just got to keep that momentum going and carry this thing over to the next one. And if we think we do that, we're going to be in a good place, for sure. So this game going to be real important today. I'm down there at MSG to get this victory, man, and move on up in the standings, man, because I think we're ready to go get this thing popping. And I think we ride open now, man. We got to, get these guys in the second unit playing a little bit better. Hopefully when Derrick Rose come back, and it gets better, we need to see Obi Toppin and Emmanuel quickly bounce back a little bit today. They've been having their last couple of games been kind of abysmal, you could say. But Quentin Grimes has been playing well for us. Salute to Quentin Grimes. The young man playing really good basketball for us in New York City right now, coming off the bench at the 2 spot, holding it down, man. He's really playing some good ball. So I'm hoping this thing continue. He keep doing what he's doing as a young rookie, man, a 25th pick, playing phenomenal basketball, man. He's really settling in New York. After the first half of the season, had hot for a couple of minutes, and he had to go out with the COVID situation. But he's back, and he's contributing. He's contributing in a major way, man. So salute to Quentin Grimes for really coming there, being special with this thing, man, and getting it popping, and helping New York obtain the 3-game winning streak that we got going, and 11-3 since Christmas. We've been playing good. So we just got to keep the momentum going, keep playing hard, keep battling, keep scrapping and fighting until we get back to where we need to be. And that's up there in the 4th or 5th in the high echelon of the Eastern Conference, man, ready to get into the playoffs by the end of the season and see if we can make a move. We get into all the other scenarios with the trading deadline coming up pretty soon. We're going to be breaking all that down, man, because still the names out there that's probably most likely the Knicks going to try to obtain, because I think we're not finished doing what we're doing with that on that front. So, let's go see if we're going to get it popping. I'm really looking forward to the next couple of weeks, man. But most of all, I'm looking forward to us continue our winning ways. We just need to continue winning, scrapping, grinding. Like I said, we've been playing good, man. And salute to the Knicks. Tom Thibodeau got the boy playing right, but that's what it is when you got everybody back. You got all your horses back. You got more bodies to roll out there and fight with. And I think it's starting to transform into wins. So that's a good thing, man. We over 500, and we just got to keep it popping and keep it going, man, and let everything else take care of itself. And I do think that's what it's going to be. And it is really a fun time in New York City right now in the Garden, man. And that's what we do. Absolutely, man. You got to keep that energy going, man. And adding the young Vex KJ 100 on that one. Yeah, man. And let's get it popping. Let's go. Go New York. Go New York. Go. We here, man. We here. So we just got to keep it grinding, keep going, and let's get to where we got to go. Because for a minute, it was looking kind of abysmal going through the course of the season. We thought that we was going to be not where we at right now, but obviously, we turned it around and they starting to strive and hit their stride and playing good basketball. And on that note, man, and one of the major factors in that reason why we are doing that is this man right here, RJ Barrett, bro, 31, 3, 4, 32 and 7, 26 and 3 in the last 3 games. He's been balling out. He's been dominant at his position, and he's going up. And that, what I love about the Atlanta game, he did it against a good defender, DeAndre Hunter. That was good to see RJ really, because I think he took that personal last year in the playoff. DeAndre Hunter was giving them guys the business on the defense, and I think RJ Barrett took that personal the last game against Atlanta and let the kid know that I'm here. This ain't the playoffs last year, and he really did make that thing happen though. Absolutely, I think that's a possibility for sure. It all depends what Dallas trying to do, but I think we got the pieces to get him. I really do think that's achievable, KJ. I do think that we can land Jalen Brunson, and that'll be lovely to see that happen. But yeah, man, RJ Barrett, like I said, he's been playing well, really well, man, and he just need to keep it up and stay doing what he's doing, man. And as long as he's playing like that, and Randall and Fournier starting to come around, I think we're going to be all right, because I know our defense is going to be there. We're getting back to that mode, but that offense with them 3 guys, they can contribute consistently, and with the other guys like Mitchell Robinson and Alex Burks giving us what they give them, I do think that's a good look for the Knicks. and I think we be all right, man. But today going to be a really important test because them guys down there in Charlotte can score the basketball. If anything, them guys down there can do real well, and they can score the basketball pretty well. So we gotta make sure that we on them guys defensively today. Go play real hard at the Garden today because them cats can get it. You know what I mean? They putting up crazy numbers like this season scoring. But you know what? Nothing that a good defense can't control. So I think our defense come to play tonight. Their defense is not that great overall. They're not in the upper echelon as a defensive team. So I think we got advantage there. So I think if we score the ball, we win the game because, our defense will kind of contain them. And being that they don't play defense that good, our defense popped today. Our offense popped today, and our defense come to the forefront and play like they're supposed to play. I think we walk out of MSG with a win today for sure. So I'm really looking forward to that maturation right there, man. To see how this thing progress today. But it's MLK Day, midday game, matinee. It's gonna be wonderful, man. And we can't ask for a better game today. And Madison Square Garden, Charlotte and the Knicks. They ahead of us in the standings by one game. We beat them today. We tied in the standings. We move up to the 7th spot basically, and all depends what the other teams do. When I go over that, like I said earlier, it's going to be interesting, man. And we got to back to back the next couple of games. You will see how this thing shape out because we got to back to back. We do play tomorrow as well, so I'm gonna hit you with the follow up and the pregame at the same time tomorrow. I do the follow up, then the pregame will be on later on that day. Absolutely, Queen, no doubt. Yes, you can. Absolutely. Yep. And let's get it popping, man. And I'm gonna bring the panel in a few minutes. Let me just go through all the segments, and I'll bring the Queen in here. She get up here with me and get it popping. I love to have her in here. I ain't seen her in a minute, so I had a Queen up in here with me, man, and we get it popping. For real. And nothing like having great minds up on the panel, man. She's one of the best in the business. So I have her come up here in a few minutes and we get it popping. But yeah, man. Overall, man, I'm excited, man. I'm excited about today. MLK Day. You look at our last 5 games right now. Atlanta, we beat them 117-108. Dallas 108-85. San Antonio 111-96. We lost to Boston, but then we beat Boston 108-105. So we 5-4-1 in the last 5 games. And I just think it's exciting right now that we playing good basketball. So we got to keep it going, and we contain these winning ways. Swish the ball, salute to you. Absolutely. Appreciate you coming in, my brother. Happy MLK to do you well, and everybody out there, man. Yeah, man, I'm excited about today. We just gonna go and get it popping, man. Let's go down here to MSG and get this W, and let's come out of here 23-21, and we keep it moving, man. And I'm excited, man. I really am, man. I'm looking forward to this thing getting popped off, man. That's real talk. And without further ado, man, I'm gonna drop the link for the sister in the chat, and we can get it popping up in here, man. Bring the Queen up in here, man, from NBK. Appreciate it coming on with the brother hanging out on MLK Day. Real talk. So we get Queen Steph up in here, man. We just get it popping up in here. Yeah, man, I'm excited about it today. I really am. I'm really excited about what's going down. There you go, Queen. It's right there for you. Yeah, man, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun day today. I'm looking forward to it. Let's go, Knicks. Let's get it popping today, and we can get it, make it happen, man. Real talk. But yeah, man, salute to the chat though, KJ and everybody up in here this morning, man, on this beautiful day, man, on a really blessed day in America. We got MLK Day, one of the most important days in America today. Is one of the pioneers to help bring this thing to the forefront to give us this equality that we need in the world. So salute to my man, the Honorable Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. for bless us on this day, man. We appreciate that. But yeah, man, it's good, man. MSG, it's gonna be popping. It's gonna be live, man. It's gonna be live. It's gonna be on fire, 1 o'clock. It's gonna be there. And it's gonna be what it is, man. And I'm just looking forward to it, man. I really am. I just think it's gonna be fun, man. So let's go ahead and get this W and contribute and all that good stuff, man. We got KJ Vince in the building, man. KJ, what's good, fam?
Salute, Divine. Happy MLK Day to everyone out there in the chat. Divine, you know what it is. Let's get this W today.
Yes, sir. Real talk, brother, man. I'm excited, KJ. It's going to be a fun thing to go, man. And without further ado, let me bring the queen of all queens up in the building. She don't need no introduction. But I like to introduce her anyway because that's big sis right there. We're going to get it popping. I got Queen in the building. MBK family in the day. All day is up in here. How you doing, sister?
I'm doing good. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. Do I sound okay? I think my
sound wonderful. Absolutely. You good.
Happy New Year to you, Divine. Happy New Year to you, KJ. Divine, I'm so proud of you. I don't have a right to be proud but I'm just proud of you for what you're doing, just starting at MBK and just seeing your channel grow and Berman and the partnership with CT and just seeing what you're doing and just being consistent with it. The audio, the video, everything is just upgraded. I appreciate you and keep doing your thing.
Yo, likewise, I appreciate you as well, man. Hey, we know we got to keep the fan base in tune, man. You know what I mean? As content creators, we got to give these guys what they want, and they all out here. You know what I mean? So they all out here. So, yeah, man. Actually, I appreciate that the sentiment, real man. But how you been though? Obviously, you on your grind. You know, you don't stop, sister. So likewise, it's both ways. I mean, you know what? Me and you started this grind pretty much together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's a blessing to see what you accomplished as well. And to the power father, my brother Sim down there, man. I mean, he is exploding. Sim is exploding, bro. So to everybody down there, Nixon, Brutus, Sim, my man Ron and John, everybody, man, the controversy, everybody. Sim got it popping down there, man. That family, you guys know how we do, man. And I'm absolutely excited about everything, man. But this big game today, man. It's a big game for us, sister. Got a chance to go up 23-21, man, to move up in the standings, man. We're playing some pretty good basketball right now.
Yeah, and you know what? Defensive rating, offensive field goal percentage. We are number 1, number 2 since Christmas, since that win on Christmas. Mm-hmm. So now our defense is getting back right to what we remember from last year, and the offense is coming along as well. So I'm pretty excited about where the Knicks are.
Yeah, absolutely. Shot Powell was good, but I see you out there at the JOB.
What's going on, Divine? KJ, salute. All hail to the Queen. How are you, Queen?
I'm good.
Good seeing you, man. How's everybody doing, man?
Yeah, and we appreciate you, brother. You out there holding down as a central worker out there on the grind, man, keeping everybody safe.
Yeah, I came on it, you know, I'll be fast, man. I'm getting ready to come back off of lunch. So I figured, you know, I come on about 12. I could spit a couple of lyrics or something like that, see what's going down.
Yeah, man. We here, man.
I got none of my headphones. I ain't got my hat on. Only got my uniform and my people's back here. I gotta go give out some medication in a few minutes. So when I come off of this break, I'll be ready.
Yeah, real talk, man. Appreciate you coming in, man. Go ahead and handle your business, brother. You know you're important out here, man. We need guys like you out here, brother. That's a
I'm trying, man. I'm trying to be important. I don't feel important today the way they slave driving me today, but on MLK Day, Chef, I feel like I'm crossing the Ephraim's Bridge over there.
Right, brother. Stay humble. Hey, you doing it for a cause, not B cause, man. So you good.
Right.
Yeah,
that is a fact.
We holler at you when you get in later on.
All right, that's what it is. It's like, hey, let me just say this since I got everybody on here, Steph and all y'all on here. How y'all feel about that Brunson deal, man? How y'all feel about Brunson?
Hey, let's make it
happen. It was done?
No.
Oh,
I'm saying that. I mean, I think February 3rd is when Fox will be eligible to be traded. I don't know if Fox is I don't know what we have to give up for Fox, but I think Brunson, man, we could give up something light, maybe 2 players, 1 or 2 players, and the Mavericks pay back to them. How y'all feel about that?
Yeah, I just said that. I actually just said that to Devon in the chat. Excuse me, a little bit under the weather right now, the voice a little crackly, but if we were to do something like that, we would give Dallas's first round pick back to them in 2020. Along with someone else. But I think right now the Knicks they're on a trial and error right now. We want to see this next week to see what we can do as a team, especially with Kemba coming back and the possibility of D Rose. So what do? We know Kemba might be out of here. So what else are we willing to give up a Noel and or a Burks too in that trade? Because
I don't want to give up Burks.
Players are going to go if we had to. Because I
don't want to give Burks up for nothing.
Dallas is our trade partner, so it makes a lot of sense. And they don't want to pay Braden Brunson next year. You're going to have to play him. So why not? Right now, the Knicks are trying to acquire young vets. So they had something on the table for him last year, so I can see them getting him. And he's a great player. Leon Rose used to manage this guy, too, don't forget. His father was a New York Knickerbocker years ago. So it's a lot of relationships with that. So I can see it happening. And like I said, we have to trust the front office and not trust these guys based on their will and their dealing. So let's see what happens.
Hey Queen, I think man, you could bring him right on up in here. I mean, real talk. I'm like Jalen Brunson, 4 years under Jay Wright. I mean, playing down there in
Right.
Villanova.
Right.
He got a pedigree. He can make it happen, and he's playing good basketball, man. I definitely would bring him down here. If you want to throw in Noel, Kimba, give them back their draft picks, you bring that point guard up in here. By all means, I just think that if you can't get Devontae Murray or somebody like that, Jalen Brunson, the next one on the doctrine, that means you got to go get this guy.
Yeah, I agree. Listen, he may not be dynamic like in the mold of a Westbrook or Wall or Kyrie, but we don't need that. I mean, we can get it, fine. Don't get me wrong. If we can get it, fine. But if you can't, get yourself a solid point guard that can defend that position, can hit the three, can organize the team, and can play make and tough. And he can do that. And you can get your dynamic player at another time and at another position. You look at the Brogdons, you look at the Van Vliet, you look at the Lowrys. Those guys are solid, really good point guards. They may not be as dynamic as a Dame, but they get the job done. And we haven't had a point guard in such a long time, and he's young.
Such a long time.
And to your point, Devon, coming out of Villanova under Jay Wright, and not only that, being a second-round draft pick and having to work his way into this position like Van Vliet was, who wasn't even drafted. I love guys like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me say this: how would y'all feel about a trade? Giving them back the Mavericks pick, giving them maybe a second-round pick, and trading up with Deuce.
For me, and I know I'm not the average Knicks fan, whatever it takes. I just think that it's I'm not saying I don't like any of those guys and that it wouldn't hurt, but you got to give to get. And this is somebody who can solidify that position and I think make us better, just by his ability to organize the team and get everybody involved. So I wouldn't mind giving up. I ain't gonna say no names. I don't want the chat to turn on me, but whatever it takes.
Right. Hey, listen, this is about this right here, not this back here.
Right.
Hey, listen, it's about wins and losses, not about who I like and who I don't like. I ain't trying to hear all that. If that man gonna get the Knicks to help us get out of the first round, get to another level, you got to bring that guy here. What I like about Jalen Brunson is he's a penetrator. He know how to get to the hole. He got a little mid-range game. He just got dog in him. He got the dog in him, and we really need that, man, because so long we've been having guys that just don't got that it factor. And I like what we got down there. If we don't trade nobody, I'm still happy with what our team, Queen and KJ. But I do think we need that point guard to bring in here to help get us to another level. That means you could bring Alex Burks back to his 2 or 3 position. He's been trying to playing pretty good for us lately. I'm glad that he got his assists up the last game. He wasn't getting too much distributing going on, but the last game against Atlanta, he was doing his thing. So yeah, I mean, I definitely could see Brunson being here, man. And I don't have a problem with that because I just much as I love Kimba and Noel, we've been winning without them. They haven't been around. They haven't been playing, consistent for us. We've been winning. So that's telling me they might not really be needed. You know what I mean? KJ and the Brunson thing, I hope that comes to fruition. Because like I said, I like Fox on him, but man, he just got that mega deal. You know what I mean? He got like 150-something million or 40 million, whatever, on the books. And I don't know if we need a contract like that, knowing that RJ, the way he playing, gonna have to get extended pretty soon. If he keep doing what he's doing, the Knicks gonna have to reach out and extend him. But Brunson, the deal,
and Reddish too.
Right, exactly. And
if we keep Reddish, right?
Absolutely. Right. And Brunson deal is only like 55. It's not one of them because he's a second round pick. So it's not like it's one of them big max rookie deals.
Right.
He's like 55, 60 million range or something of that nature.
Right.
And then I could live with that. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's gonna be into the season the next couple of weeks, everybody. And I just think that right now he's my number one target, knowing that I know Devontae Murray is not on the market.
Right. And to be honest, I like him more than Fox. Now, Fox is more of that dynamic player, that scoring type point guard, but he's not a playmaker. He's not a good 3-point shooter at this point in his career. Mm-hmm. So I like Fox, but he still have a little more development to do, and that's fine. A lot of young players do. Brunson, if he got more development to do, it's probably mentally, or something like that. And a lot of people I've been reading on Twitter saying he's a backup, but he's starting for Dallas. He starts for Dallas. He starts with Luka. And Dallas is in the 5th place in the Western Conference, and he's a big part of it.
Absolutely.
So I think he can. I mean, well, I'm not going to say he can be a starting point. He is a starting point.
He is a starting point. Yep.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely, Queen.
Well,
You know, and KJ, real quick, and even the last couple of games, when Luka went down, he was putting up 18, 19 a game. You know what I mean? Now with Luka back, he's still putting up 16 something. I would love a consistent 16 a game for the Knicks at the point guard at this point in New York City. 16 a game with 6 assists, 7 assists, and he could rebound pretty good for his size. You got to take a shot on that, because I think he can give us a little bit more than Kimba can give us all across the whole stat line. Kimba plays hard, man. I don't even know. I love Kimba. He plays hard, but I just don't think the knee's going to hold up for him. I really think I don't have a problem with Kimba Walker whatsoever, man. I just think that him and Noel with them injuries, Queen KD moving forward, I don't know that they're going to be ready for the playoffs with Derrick Rose in this situation. I just think that's a tough call for us.
Right, and look what the Knicks are doing. They're not going to pay someone that has not proven all of that money. We know what Julius is going to do, so we gave him the bag. So a guy like Fox, his contract is something crazy right now. Not going to do that. Let's get this man, Jalen Brunson, on a nice little deal. Let's see what he can do. You know, and let's look at their pedigree. Look at what they're doing. Look what they have done in the draft over the past 2 years and putting this team together with these young vets, bringing Cam Reddish in for a deal. Him and Barra up for a deal next year, you know. So whatever, let's see how it works out. Let's see what deal they come up with. And whoever they do bring in, guys and ladies, I'm sorry, Queen, it's going to be to better the team for a deal. They're not going to spend a lot of money unless it's an impact player that they know that they can get already on from somewhere else that's really going to give the deal up, you know. But other than that, I can't see them paying a guy $40-something million, you know, for the next 3-4 years if they're not going to impact this team. I think look what Atlanta did last year, Devon. They threw in bits and pieces and they got to the Eastern Conference Finals, right? Come on, like look what they did, you know. And that look at the team now. So who's to say the same thing can't happen for the Knicks this year, barring the injury from look Kevin Durant is out 4 to 6 weeks. You don't know what this is going to happen. They got to the NBA Eastern Conference Finals with the the Bucks. And come on now, we can do the same exact thing, but it's just adding the pieces of the puzzle. We're still adding pieces of the puzzle, and they're almost there, Devon. I said, hey, we might be closer to getting into the championship this year than we ever thought of. You never know. We're getting hot at the right time. We're starting to make our 3-pointers now. Everybody's starting to click. Evan Fournier starting to click. RJ Barrett's getting hot at the right time. So now, let's see what you could never know what could happen. And they're borrowing another trade, Devon. Sky's the limit for this team.
Yep. You know what? And even with the thing, and great as Fox, you know what else is a concern to me? Since he's been in the NBA, he hasn't been playing in a winning culture. Sacramento has been abysmal. He haven't been playing in a winning culture. He haven't been around guys who got that winning mentality. And that's the only concern of mine is like other than Harrison Barnes, you know, a lot of them guys they're not winning established ball players. You know what I mean? And you know, so that other than contract and that, I'll take Fox all day. But them two things that kind of has me, you know, on edge is contract and just where he been playing for the last so many years. And it wasn't no development there for us culture wise. Sacramento's been a hot mess. You know what I mean? That's why they can never get to where they got to go because they front office down just haven't been doing it. You know what I mean? I do think the Jalen Brunson thing is definitely out there for the taking if we can make it happen. And you know, for the game today, KJ, I just think it's going to be a really exciting game today in MSG today. You know, the Knicks should go in there and really get this thing popping today, and go out there with a victory. Go play hard, scrap it out, bring the A game to the forefront today. And I do think that game in MSG today is going to be electrifying. And before we chime in, sis, I was just saying one thing about the De'Aaron Fox thing I was telling KJ in the chat was, other than the contract, he just haven't been playing in a winning culture. You know what I mean? It's like Sacramento has been a hot mess. He haven't been around no players that's, developed. Other than Harrison Barnes, he haven't really been around no culture type of people down there. Because that front office with my man and them and Luke Walton, all these guys. That's my concern. Is these guys going to be around? Had he been around a winning culture where he can really bring that to the Knicks and develop them habits? I just haven't seen it yet so far.
Yeah. and so there might be an adjustment period for him. Yeah, you're right. I don't have a problem with Fox, but I just think Brunson would fit us and this team like neat, and like we got a lot of players that still need development. We got, I mean, most of our roster, we got about 6-7 players on this roster that we still don't know who they are. They're trending in that direction, but we don't know who they are yet. And I just think we need some players where we know who they are. You know what you're going to get game in and game out, and Brunson is one of those.
Yeah, absolutely. Because and I understand what Super Agent Super Argo coming from, and get him in the off season, but at the same time we can use him in the playoffs. You know what I mean?
We don't have any money. We don't have any money to sign him in free agency. The Knicks don't have any money coming up. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you're fine. You're absolutely right. And I think they need to understand as well that we don't have the money to do that. That's why we said we go for these not disgruntled players, but players who we could trade for. And I think when we got the well signed like that, the reason why we gave these guys these contracts for this very reason right here, so they can be movable. You know what I mean? Like last year, we had guys only making $5 million here, $5 million here. You couldn't do nothing with that. But this year, you got people like Alex Burks, Noel, Kemp, and them got easy contracts to move. And I think that's why you go after this guy now for the playoffs, man. We need this dude here for the playoffs if we can get him. I think we'd be all right in the playoffs without him, KJ. But if we can get Brunson to go into the playoffs with him at point guard, and then they give us more firepower with Alex Burks being here, if he's still here, put him back in his natural position. I think that'd make our team more deadly. I really do. So I really love to see if they could pull that off. But I just thought with the Fox thing, it's going to be tough to get him. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can get Halliburton, I mean, whatever. You know what I mean? So
drafted him instead of Obi, right? But that's it, no there. But you know what? The more we have, the better we'll be. We don't want to go into the playoffs if we get there of the same lineup of last year, and D Rose was our best player, and Obi Toppin was playing quickly, was playing good. We don't want that. Right now, we want to have as much as firepower as possible, and these guys are willing to deal it. So it could be something that we're not even thinking of a player out there that can come. Like this Reddish thing was out there, but it came to fruition, and look what we gave up for him. Right, we're calling it still for what we got for him, but let's see what he can do.
Right,
he can add that sick that we also quote unquote the Kelly Oubre. Right. We talking about let's get Kelly Oubre in here, but now we have a young guy, 22 years old, Cam Reddish, that can shoot and he can defend. And guess what? RJ Barrett is in the gym every day. Look at the way he's playing. That's going to motivate that man, being that's his Duke teammate, to say, you know what? I got to make sure that you're right. That show that the team that we can play together for years and years to come. We have a young infrastructure right now that's being built in New York City, and we have not had this feeling in such a long time. I'm talking about a young infrastructure.
Yeah, KJ, you fading in and out right now. And
I thought it was mine. I'm down in Georgia.
Times of paying this guy $100, $200 million, come young veteran. I'm sorry, we got young opportunities with young veterans to come on here and turn this season around. So I'm all for it. The one player I do not want to, and that's how I'm gonna end it. I do not want to give up Deuce McBride if we do a Jalen Brunson deal.
Listen,
you know what, Queen,
I hear you.
Yeah, no, a move that I've been talking about, I thought would have been a good move for the Knicks to do. If they don't do anything else, try to go out to Portland and get Covington and Nurkic. Covington got almost $11 million aspiring, and Nurkic got a $13 million aspiring. They're aspirants. If you could move Noel and whoever out there to get them two guys, firstly, Covington's going to help us on the defense, 3 and D,
right.
Which he bought. And then at the end of the year, you ain't got to sign him back. We freed up $25 million. You know, then you throw in a couple of $1 million sections we got from the last couple of trades, and you got the Noel money coming back now. Noel, but what's the guy named Joakim Noah money? It's freed up. So you might got a chance to do something now. At least have close to a player. But we, like you said, we don't have a lot to take out there we don't have a lot to put in there to go sign nobody because we just don't have the money. And I think unless Brock All and these guys are going to maneuver and make some deals that's going to free up some cap money, then we could do that. But other than that, the Brunson thing, a first round pick in the second, yeah, you do that for him. I mean, we're not going to use all these picks. We got a lot of picks in New York. A lot of these young rookie guys who got that, a lot of these draft picks are not even going to play in New York. So that's why we got them all. We bought them all in as assets. That's what they are. They are assets. You know what I mean? And we have to use them as assets. So you telling me Jalen Brunson for a couple of players and a 1 and maybe a second-round pick, you could buy a second-round pick any day. You know, the money we made off the Charlotte deal for what's his name, Reddish, you could buy a pick with that money. You can buy a second-round pick. That's not a big deal. So I don't have no problem giving up a first and a second and maybe Kimba, somebody, whoever, to get him in here. And I just think it'll bode well for us.
Yeah, no doubt. But I'll go one step further. I don't think all of these, depending on the direction the Knicks want to go in, I don't think all of these young guys are going to make it either. Like when we get into perennial playoff contention and we get into championship contention, and I get it, it's going to take a few years. We're not there yet. I don't think all of these young guys are going to be there. If you think about it, we got 7 players under age 24, right? Now, if the Knicks wanting to wait for them to pop, I think you wasting Julius Randle and Burks and all of them guys. I think you wasting their time if you waiting for these guys to pop. I think, and I know this is not popular, you know, with the fan base. I feel like you got to cash in a few of them, not all of them, but a few of them that can help you stay in the playoffs. You look at this Eastern Conference, it's tough, and I'm okay with a slow build, but I'm not okay with going back to the lottery and building that way. I think we were there. We put in that work already to get where we are right now, drafting RJ, drafting Mitch. They're starting to develop to get where we are right now. And I think we got to continue on this path that we're an organization that's in the playoffs every year until we can get that player either on our team that pops and buds into a superstar or somebody that we can get to take us to the next level. But as far as trading vets and getting draft picks and going back in the lottery, I don't know if I got that in me to sit through that.
Yep, we are talking. Salute to Jarvis. How you doing, Jarvis, my brother? How you doing today, man?
Salute, Jarvis.
Just salute to the chat. Salute to everybody on the panel. Feeling pretty good today, Divine. I thank the Lord. How things is progressing. Gotten past COVID. Thank the Lord for that. You know, but you know, I'm just feeling good. I heard. And salute to Miss Stephanie, man. It's good to see you in the building, Miss Stephanie. Always a pleasure. And you know what it is, KJ. Always good to see my guy. I hope you feel better as well, my guy. And Divine, man, you've been holding it down, man. I've been checking you out on these few shows. Them shows been lit, man. So you've been putting out some great content, my guy.
Appreciate it, my brother. Just trying to keep all us engaged, man. You know, we family up in here. We got to make sure we all, you know, giving all the love up in here, man. I'm trying to work for the people. You know how it is.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
So, I was noticing Miss Stephanie was saying something. I said, let me mess with her a little bit, man. She trying to get rid of my guy Deuce. But now
started something up in here, huh?
I like Deuce.
You know what,
Deuce. He's years away, though.
But you know what, though? Bottom line is, if you remember, Divine, some shows back, we talked about if any type of trade would come up, it's easy to say, yeah, get rid of this guy or that guy. But what about whenever the player pulls at your heartstring? Are you that adamant about saying you about the team over the person? So
I am.
And I believe you.
I love Randall. I know he get a lot of heat in this city, and sometimes deservedly so. You know, sometimes he's slacking on defense. The type of shots he take. Right. Don't get me wrong. Whatever the fan base is talking about, I see it with Randall. But because of how he performed last year, I'm giving him a little bit more leash, I guess, than the rest of the fan base. That being said, if we can get better by trading him, we got to do it. I just don't want to trade him for draft picks and a player who could potentially become someone. But if we can get better by trading him in a package, you got to do it.
Yeah. Because you know, with us as a fans at a fan base, you know, many times we can get kind of extreme. We be on one end of the spectrum, one moment, the next end of the moment. Just to give you a perfect example, if you look at Fournier's situation, now Fournier Fournier, we brought this guy in, paid him, I think it was like probably about 17, 18, 19 million per year. And it was like, okay, man, we knew we were sacrificing some defense, but we feel the offense would gel and come along better. But then when things wasn't turning out right, it was like, okay, well, we're gonna give these guys 20 games, see about how they gel. And then he still wasn't. I'm like, oh man, I was like, maybe this guy is just not built for New York, man. Maybe, it's taking them too long to really gel with the chemistry. I don't see the fit. But what I like so far is how they're getting this guy incorporated more. He's into a rhythm. He seems to be coming along more in the offense. I think by focusing on featuring this guy a little like earlier in the offense and all that kind of, and them having like showing that confidence with him, it's like something is clicking with them because they're playing better overall team ball. But and the defense is starting to look, like it's supposed to, like I was kind of hoping it would, even though we would take a step. But one thing that I do notice, we haven't seen Kemba and him together in a while either in the starting unit. So I wonder if Kemba does come back. My only thing with Kemba is I'm just concerned about his durability, man. His durability, and really be honest with you, I see a better place for him, in that second unit. But you got D Rose that's going to end up coming back. So I'm just hoping something happens to where there be addition by subtraction, and we solidify this rotation, especially in the point guard situation, and get my man somewhere where he's at least, can have an opportunity to at least compete in the playoff and possibly for a championship. That would be my hope for Kemba.
Yeah, real talk. It's that time, man. Hey, salute to Kemba Walker, man. Salute to all the guys. But like the Queen said, hey, listen, nobody on the Knicks is untradeable. Nobody. I don't care what, because we can't get caught up in the sentimental stuff when it comes to this team. Because I think as a fan base, we get too sentimental with the players, and we don't realize the business side of it. Because I don't think nobody on that team is going to get past Giannis, Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, and James Harden, Joel Embiid. You got to be realistic about this stuff, man. Them young guys ain't going to beat them dudes. So if we need to bring in a dude in here that's going to catapult us to another level, you got to go make that move. You cannot rest on your laurels with this stuff, man. I get it, man. I get it because we've been in down for so long for the last 8-9 years. We kind of used to this mentality, like, okay, we're gonna set this here. You want to watch a young guy grow? I get it, but we got a lot of young talent down here now. We got about 7 to 8 guys on the roster right now is young. Right. So I think it's time to move on and start going for them pieces that's going to get us to the next level. I just don't think that we can stand pat, KJ and Queen, with where we at right now. Because I just think that we going for something bigger now. You know what I mean? It ain't about that. We done did development. We always going to develop. Let me get it right. You're always going to develop people, but we still got to bring in these guys who are going to help us win. Because winning, it's about winning. At the end of the day, we done did love it. Hey, we've been developing since Frank Ntilikina and them. You know what I mean? Kevin Knox and all these guys. I just think it's time for us to really get this thing like last year. We don't want last year to be just like people say there's a lightning in a bottle or a glitch in the matrix, whatever. Last year was real. We want this year to be real. But I do think that despite what people may think about Jalen Brunson, you do not want to let him get the free agency because you might not get him. Well, why compete against other people if you can get them now? And what you're giving up is not really helping the team. Noel, Kemba Walker, and a draft pick who you ain't never seen yet, and you might not see, it's not helping the Knicks right now. So I do think that if that's out there for the taking, you have to go get it now. Because if Jalen Brunson get the free agency and somebody else snatch him up, then we compete against everybody. So, why compete against somebody for players that we using right now, not even helping, KJ? So I just think that we got to, if there's a player, not only Jalen Brunson, if anybody's out there, even if they're going to be a free agent next year, if you can get them for the guys like Kemba Walker, Nerlens Noel, and guys like that, and I'm going to have to throw Obi Toppin in there right now. I'm being realistic, and I love Obi Toppin, but right now, his career, he just got drafted at the wrong place. He was playing behind Julius Randle. He normally a guy like Obi Toppin goes to a team who was in the lottery. They looking at they still rebuilding. The Knicks is not rebuilding. You know what I mean, Queenie? They not rebuilding. I just don't think that's fitting for him.
I've been saying that for a very long time. Everybody wants, when he was playing well, he's in a little slump right now. I'm not going to overreact to that. But even when he was playing well, he was playing behind Randall. So if you can't play the 3 position, Tibbs is not big on the small ball because Tibbs liked his rim protection. The Knicks, as far as interior defense, they like top 5 in the league. So Tibbs is not going to give that up to give OB more minutes in a small ball lineup. So I don't really see a path forward for him unless he develops into a 3 that, you know, where he can play the 3 position. I don't see a path forward. He's a good talent. I think he's going to get better. You see flashes of him in the post. You see flashes of him putting the ball on the floor and pulling up for the short, you know, range. So I think his game is going to develop. But if we have that opportunity to get a position of need, like a point guard, I think you have to go to with it. But this is the last point I want to make, which is why I don't want the Knicks to just wait for these young guys to pop, however many years it's going to take. This Eastern Conference is open. This Eastern Conference is open. An injury can happen to Brooklyn. That's not far-fetched. Already, KD is out. 4 to 6 weeks. We don't know what's going on. The Eastern Conference is open somewhat. Not wide open, but it's open enough that if you can get you a team together, you can be right there.
Yep. Yeah, real talk. Hey, KJ, like I said, you know, you think about it, we got RJ, you know, we got even Randall's not that old, you know what I mean? You know, he's young in a sense. We got a lot of young talent. So, you know, we got enough young talent in New York right now that we playing grind. These guys are getting minutes. You know, what I don't understand is people no, we're not getting rid of the young guys. Quentin Grimes getting minutes. Quickly is getting minutes. Obi is getting minutes. These guys are in the rotation playing basketball for the New York Knicks. So let's not deal with the hyperbole. Let's deal with the facts. These guys are getting substantial minutes.
Don't forget Mitch and RJ. They young still.
They still young. Right. Yeah. And that's what I think people failing to understand because they might have been here 3-4 years. They still young. RJ is literally one of the youngest guys on that team, if not the youngest. Right. You know what I mean? So we got a preference of young talent. No, and I think the people failing to understand that we not getting rid of young talent. We got enough. So who you going to bring in the draft this year that's going to pop the Knicks rotation? You know, right. You know what that draft pick was? Cam Reddish. That's the draft pick right there. That's why you gave away that Charlotte pick because you think the guy coming out of the draft this year going to be better than Cam Reddish? I don't think so.
At least not in the position we drafted.
Right. So I do think that it's time for to get a couple of veterans in here just to add to what we have. And let's make this run. We didn't go to the playoffs last year just not to go back this year. You know, so we got to get all the sentimental stuff out of here, man, with that stuff and realize the Knicks are going for something. They are not trying to do no 8 more years. They developing every day. These players develop. Deuce McBride is developing. Rocco's over in Europe. He's developing now. They all developing. But that don't mean that you got Sandwich down there. We got another young guy down there that's developing. We got a lot of young talent, man, and people got to realize, but that don't win championships. It don't take you deep in the playoff because they know pressure bust pipes. And these young guys ain't ready for this stuff. It was a prime example last year. Listen, RJ and Randall, first time in the playoff last year, they wasn't ready for that. The only person that showed up was Derrick Rose and Todd Gibson because they was ready for it. So we just got to be realistic about it, KJ. And sometimes, you know, we can keep the young guys. We got enough of them. But we do bring some horses in here who, when the playoffs come, the pressure won't bust their pipes. They can handle the adversity because it's win or go home now. It ain't like you lose today, you get to play 80 more games. No, when you're in the playoffs, after a couple of losses, you out of there. You know what I mean? And I just think that, you know, that's where we at right now. And I think that we got to stay the course and just keep developing the young guys, what we are doing. Nobody can't say Tibbs not playing them. Obi Toppin, Badly playing as a backup power forward for the New York Knicks in the NBA. He's getting his minutes. He might, you know what? He's getting the opportunity to get his minutes. Let's put it like that. We don't take advantage of it. That's on him. But Tibbs getting a minute. If he keep balling, Tibbs will keep him here longer. But if he ain't balling, he's gonna snatch him out of there, KJ. And I just think that we just got to be realistic about this thing in New York right now.
Yeah, and you know what?
Yeah, and like I said,
go ahead, KJ.
Oh, like I was trying to say, look at the way we play in the beginning of the year, right? Things were working in the beginning, but then we stopped, right? We was hitting our shots. The team's starting to come together now. You know, we're passing the ball better. Randall's not isolating as much, and when he has to do what he has to do. So the same thing I see about Obi Toppin right now. The problem with he's doing, he's out of his game. If you remember him in the summer league, he had a whole different game. He went to the beginning of the season. He came with it. Now it seems to me his confidence is shot. He's trying to fit too much in with the team instead of just doing what he knows how to do best. What does Obi Toppin do best? He's a high flyer. He's an energy guy, right? But the one thing that he did do good in the beginning of the year, which made him get more playing time a little bit, he was being more aggressive. He's not that aggressive, Obi Toppin. Why is that? Everybody's popping off right now with this Knicks team right now. But we thought when we got these acquisitions like Evan Fournier, I can't even say Kemba Walker because he's not playing. Look at Evan Fournier in the past 8 to 9, 10 games. The man is performing. He's working his contract now, right? We don't say, oh, Evan, he still defense got to work on, but he's making his shots right now.
Right.
Julius Randle's making those reads. R.J. Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, right now inside. He's an inside Brez Divine. I got to give you your kudos, your flowers. You've been saying it. Look at Mitchell Robinson. You know why Mitchell Robinson is popping off right now the way he's doing? Is because now he's finally in shape. He's getting up and down the court. He's not fouling as much as he did. He only had 1 foul last game. So it brings us to this game today. We know LaMelo Ball is here in New York City. He's going to try to put on a show, right? He wanted to come here in New York City when his draft went before, but now he's here. So what are the Knicks going to do today against the Charlotte Hornets? You know, we had to stop them. We know this man, he's going to come and try to put a show on. We have to keep playing that New York Knicks basketball the way we know how to play it. And I believe it's
Yeah, KJ, you're breaking up. You in and out. You froze a little bit. Yeah, but
I'm back now. You good?
Yeah, you back now. You good?
Okay. Now I was saying, like, I'm excited to see what the Knicks are going to do going forward at every game. They had to take it one game at a time, and right now we at that point right now where we can go on. Right now we're undefeated. I said we're gonna win 8 games at home. I think we got 4 more left. So let's get these home games out the way and then get ready to do what we got to do and get ready for this new schedule.
That brutal part of the schedule.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
right.
You know what's crazy about that?
We're tuning up right now.
Yeah, let me put something out there right quick, and I want to throw something out there to the chat and to the panel because I think it's very interesting. If you look at right now what's going on in the NBA today, Queen and Jarvis and other guys, look at that schedule and that's our schedule. We right there. Excuse me. We right there sitting there at the 10th spot. But look at the Wizards. They 1 game in front of us. They tied with the record. If we beat the Hornets today, then we both 23 and 21. Then we got a chance to move up here. And if the Raptors lose, you know what I mean. And then what's crazy is the game that's on there today. You got the Pelicans and the Celtics, the 76ers and the Wizards. Okay, so that's what that Wizards loss that we be looking for. You got the Bulls and the Grizzlies. The Bulls in Memphis. They probably take that L without Zach LaVine. The Hawks and the Bucks. The Heat and the Raptors. That Raptors is in front of us 1 game. If the Heat beat them, then we probably wind up jumping them. Then you got us, the Nets and the Cavaliers. The Nets need to beat the Cavaliers. They get down to 19 or 20 losses. And you got the Pacers and the Clippers. That's a loss hopefully for the Pacers. I mean, it's so crazy right now in the Eastern Conference the way things is going that all we got to do is just catch lightning in a bottle, get on this little 4-game run. And get back at it. And I just think that we'd be in a good place, Queen. That schedule is bananas. It's really bananas.
Yeah, definitely. That being said, I still think in terms of moving up into them top spots, if we can get a point guard, I think that would really solidify it. But the next 4 games, no doubt, we'll be right there. You're gonna be. This is a dogfight in the Eastern Conference.
It really is. And I'm glad we back up in it. You know what I mean? It looked kind of abysmal for a minute, but we stayed true. Like I tell everybody, listen, man. With the COVID, this has been a different year, Jarvis. With this COVID situation and injuries throughout the whole league. It just was one of that Omicron took us all by surprise. They had everybody in and out, this and that. But thank God, it seemed like it's starting to get past everybody. And then a lot of people not in protocol no more. Now it's about is everybody gonna be healthy as far as injury wise. But I look at it this way. We playing good basketball, and I know when Derrick Rose come back, that's when he's going to add on to it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You cannot underestimate what it meant when he went down to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Him down, Kemba down, no point guard, legitimate point guard anyway. Derrick Rose was a big part of this thing, man. And and I think that him, when he get back at the end of February, and take your time, don't rush him. Just be ready for the playoffs. We getting up in there. I think we be up in there. I'm not worried about that. I think we get up in there. I like the way these teams are knocking each other off left and right. I think by the end of this next four game, the Knicks probably be in the 5th spot. Literally. Wow. Because everybody
that's very well possible. That's a possibility, Divine. It really is. And if you look at D Rose, especially when he comes back, and and I love how you say take your time, because that's exactly what needs to happen with him. But D Rose, that's going to be almost like another trade.
Facts.
With D Rose coming in, adding back to the second unit, and then on top of that, and and I know there's been a lot that's been said about Obi, and I get it. Believe me, I get it. Concerning with Obi, but one thing that I think, a couple of things that I think we got to take in consideration, basically with Obi is just to show you how much we still need that point guard play. Second of all, when before D Rose got hurt, Obi was playing a lot better because he had somebody that was going to push the pace and be looking to get the ball to him. Not only that, man, don't think he's not hearing the trade talks too. So I'm wondering how that's affecting him as well. So on my own advice to Obi is, okay, man, until we can get this point guard situation locked away, there is certain things that you can do. Now it's just play. Man, go out there and focus on grabbing some rebounds.
Right.
Go out there focusing on just hustling. Whenever you do get the ball, if you're in there 11 minutes, be aggressive for them 11 minutes. So it's some things that he can do, but that's just to show you how bad I think we need to really solidify that point guard position, because Obi does need to play alongside a point guard, but also, man, sometimes, man, and then you said it before, KJ, you said it before, Divine. Sometimes we don't think about the humanistic side of this, guys, and I know as we as fans, we don't try to hear all that, but there ain't no telling how some of these trade rumors is affecting Obi as well. And then on top of that, the lesser minutes he's been getting, and Tibbs pulling him at times whenever he was, doing pretty good. Just no telling how all that has affected him. I think if anything, if Obi would come forth and said, you know what, man, just for the sake of, furthering my career, I need to be in a place where I can kind of get a little bit more minutes to try to get a come again. I wouldn't even blame him. I wouldn't even have no problem with him. And I think only in certain cases like that, I think the Knicks would probably look to move Obi, but not because they don't want Obi, but because the fact of him having an opportunity, man, to be able to get more minutes and continue his career in a better situation for him than being behind Julius Randle.
Yep. You know what? Another thing too, you gotta remember this here. He'll have extension coming up pretty soon. You know what I mean? They had to sign him too. And you know what? And that it could be the pressure playing in New York. I think if I'm not mistaken, him and his girlfriend, his wife, whatever, they're expecting another kid. Like you 100% right, Jarvis. Sometimes we don't think about the human elements of this stuff. You know what I mean? They're human beings just like we are. They just not only professional basketball players. They got lives. They got things going on. They got to pay bills. They got to worry. Their kids can get sick. All that stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sometimes
depending on you.
Yeah, you mentally ain't ready for that. And it's new to Obi. Obi got a lot of pressure coming to New York, playing. Born in Brooklyn, dad was a street legend in here. He born and raised in Brooklyn. I mean, he got a lot of pressure on him. You know what I mean? But I think you know what? Before Randle came back, he was playing some good ball. Let's not get it twisted. He was playing some good ball before Randle came back. He just need to get back to it. I think he need to get back to it, and we need Obi Toppin. If you're going to be in the team, if you're going to be in there, you got to perform. That's my whole thing. If you're going to be in the lineup, you in there for a reason. You in there to perform. So if you're not performing, then you can't expect Tibbs to say like, okay, I'm gonna leave you in there. He did that already. He did that all last year. He let Obi stay in that lineup all last year to develop and perform. Him and Quickly too. He let all of them do it all last year. That dude was been the backup power forward for the Knicks for 2 years in a row. So you can't say it ain't Tibbs ain't the one doing it. He just wasn't ready for. And I get it with the COVID last year, no summer league, and I get all that, man. So I'll give him a pass on that last year because him and Quickly, not only them, every rookie last year in the NBA. They didn't get to play summer league. The training camp thing was screwed up and all this stuff. So I get it. But now, you had enough time to grow into this thing, man. Let's hope that he can prevail because I like Obi's game. I think he's tremendous, but I do agree with you, Jarvis, about the point guard. That's what I thought was the problem with Mitch, and that's why I think Queen. I was saying earlier, I was happy that Alex Burks had 6 assists the last game, because him and Fournier, they be missing. Mitch could have had 20 points the other day, but they be missing him because they shoot.
RJ is the one.
Yeah.
That coming off that pick and roll that sees Mitch a lot.
Yes. Yes,
Miss Stephanie, you're exactly right.
You don't have to say Miss Stephanie.
I'm happy about that at times. How RJ has kind of been like taking a little bit more command, being a little bit more aggressive, but also they're allowing and Julius even like, okay, hey man, go with it, man. To where he was being able to like kind of take over some more of the playmaking duties. I'm liking this aspect of RJ, and that goes to show you if you know certain things that we had to do in putting like Burks maybe up in the starting lineup or what have you, and our bench is kind of like suffered. D Rose not being there at times to be the bench that they were whenever everybody was in their roles. Imagine when everybody comes back, we done solidified this rotation. We done got past trade deadline, and everybody else can settle back in their right role. Man, wouldn't it be dangerous? You see how the starting lineup is starting to play together, starting to play better. Look like they're having some semblance of chemistry. Imagine the second unit picking back up where they left off at with this. This could be a dangerous team. But again, one game at a time, we can just put it together. I want to see what it looks like when we put it together. But by no means do I believe this is a finished roster construction. I do look forward as us going forward to where we can get like a young vet, especially at that point guard position, to where they still been in the league and have enough experience, but still young enough to kind of be in the timeline of these guys. And you guys are right. We have quite a bit of young talent on this team, even people that we didn't stash in G League, overseas and stuff like that. That's why I'm not against us giving, making a bigger trade if we can. This one is there that makes sense and makes us better with some of our draft picks and maybe couple of our young talent. I mean, it just is what it is. You got to give up something to get something.
Yeah. Queen, when you think about I think there's another reason why I bring the Obi thing. With that boy, the way that I'm not hopefully it translate to the NBA level, but the way Lucas Salmon is playing down there in the G League, 6'10" stretch dude who can hit the three. That's so can you imagine him, Cam Reddish, Quentin Grimes? That's why I don't think that he's going to be worried about too much young stuff drafting wise. I think they finished with that level almost to me. I mean, you're always going to draft somebody to keep your farm system intact, keep moving forward down the line in 2025 and stuff like that. But with the emergence of some of these guys, man, that's what got me tripping about Obi Toppin, and it's only in this aspect because of Salmonage, because of Cam Reddish. You know what I mean? That's what got me. Like man, I would tell like KJ, well, who was that? No, so I said, man, send him down to Orlando. Maybe him and Noel from Obama. What the hell? You know what I mean? You said Noel and Obi Toppin down there, and they willing to give up Obama for maybe a first. Man, now you got Mo Bamba and Mitchell Robinson. Now you give Mitchell Robinson Noel's contract. You know what I mean? And you got that young boy give Mo Bamba some money, and then I think you got a decent front court for the next 4 years. So I think, you know what I mean?
And Mo Bamba can stretch the floor. As well. And I think that he would get better under Tibbs. He would get better under Tibbs. He would have to, because Tibbs ain't going for that.
Right. Also, guys, is Obi Toppin is having the same issues that RJ was having at the beginning of the year. RJ was off. Look what RJ is doing. So I mean, I'm not gonna give up on the man right away. One thing he does do, he's box office, because the man can jump out the gym. So from a business standpoint, I want Obi Toppin on my team, because guess what? The little kid that's trying to dunk, want to jump as high as he could get, so from that business standpoint. But as far as on the court right now, we got to play the players who's hot. We can't think about who's putting butts. I understand that, but we're winning. Core is everything. We're winning right now. So I'm like, whatever pieces match out there that's going to work, play those guys that are making our team play. Now, as far as the starting unit now, that's the second game in a row that everybody had double figures. So as far as the bench only scoring 18 points, I'm okay with that because we're scoring 115, 120 points a game. I'll take that all day. You know, now once the bench matches what they were doing before, oh, that's like the icing on top of the cake, the cherry on top. I'll take that any day. But hey, long as you win, guys, I do not care. And whoever they bring in that's going to better this team out, I'm all for it.
Yeah. You know what? And let's think about the game today. Alex Burks against LaMelo Ball.
He got the size at least.
Yes, and that's what I like about that. I like what he do. That's what the other day I was telling everybody for the game. I let me watch Alex Burks and Trae Young. Trae Young gets the point, but he's gonna make it hard on this dude. You know what I mean? And I think Alex Burks did an excellent job on Trae Young for the most part, containing him, not letting him run amok and drop like 40 or 30 somebody. They contained him enough. And they made him play on the defense end, you know. And I think you got to do the same thing tonight. You got to make LaMelo Ball play defense. I want to see that Mikal Bridges. I mean, excuse me, not Mikal, but Bridges and Randall throw down today. That's going to be nice. That's going to be funky right there. Yeah. And I think Mitchell Robinson can give it to Plumlee. He's a savvy dude, but I think Mitchell Robinson got the side to dominate Plumlee. But you know, Scary Terry is the one we got to keep an eye on. You know what I mean? Yeah. That was one of my couple of years ago. I thought he was coming to New York. You know, so but yeah, you got to keep an eye on that matchup, Queen. I think that them Bridges and Randall matchup are gonna be nice. And obviously Gordon Hayward and Fournier, whoever came in, what's gonna be Gordon Hayward and RJ. It'll probably be Fournier and Scary Terry. But it's gonna be interesting today to see how this thing go down.
I don't know about Fournier. Maybe Fournier and Hayward.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You might want to.
It's true with that one.
Switch that up. But I think that this is I like these Eastern Conference matchups because we get a chance to see where we are, you know, regarding these teams, especially since we're in there healthy. A lot of these teams are healthy as well. We get to see where we are. So I'm really looking forward to this matchup. Charlotte is a deep team. They have a deep bench as well. So yeah, it should be fun. You know, with Randall, as far as him and Miles, Randall's play, Randall to me is to the point where he just takes what the game gives him. He's at a point where he's like, what is the game asking of me today? You know, and if Fournier is going off like in that Boston game, or if RJ is in a rhythm, he's at a point where he'll step back and he'll just facilitate, you know, and if they need him to score, you know, then he will score. I think that right now, RJ, Randall, and Fournier, those are our three guys right now. When Kemba comes back in the mix, we'll see. But those are our three guys right now that have to show up in some way each and every game. May not always be scoring, but each and every game, those three guys have to show up to give us a good chance to win.
Yeah, absolutely. And lately they've been doing it. They have came around lately. They've been popping, man. That Atlanta game, and I like the way Fournier did it too. He let the game come to him. Because that last quarter he started popping to get him the way he needed to go. But in that last quarter, Fournier was hitting some nice shots down there for us. And and I think we just got to continue the same thing. Jarvis, just let that start lineup finally come into cohesion. Now they started gelling, and they moving the ball. In that game against Atlanta, when we cut that lead, they came back on us because we started moving the ball. But and every time they started moving that ball, we got stagnant. They just started coming back on the ball. When the Knicks got that ball popping around that perimeter, that's a pretty team to watch, man. Because I mean, you got three guys in there literally can knock. Well, Alex Burks 4. And literally knock down a 3-point shot, believe Moke. Right. So I think they keep moving that ball today and make Charlotte chase them around that perimeter because they're not a good defensive team by far. I think we still got a good team to come out with our good defensive team. If we bring our A game, our defense today, I think we can run out of there with a W for sure.
Yeah, I agree with you, Divine. You just said a mouthful. If we continue to play team ball, and I love the fact that Randall is doing just what y'all said he was doing, because with Randall, the key is going to be with him is just being decisive, making quick decisions. It's and when he doesn't do that is whenever you start seeing the old Randall. But I'm loving the fact long as that ball move, we take good shots, set good screens, don't turn the ball over where they can get out in transition, man. You know, we can kind of get a hand on limiting those turnovers and control them boards and attack the basket. We'll be fine in this game.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, Mitch, to your point, Mitch, it's not even the numbers. I like the double doubles and the blocks and what have you, but he's rebounding in traffic, which is different than a rebound just coming to you. Mitch is taking the rebounds, those tough rebounds. He just going up and he's snatching them, and that's different. I like to see that from Mitch. And when it comes to those putbacks, he reminds me of a young Shaq. Shaq just bullied everybody down there, and he dunked everything. And that's what we're seeing from Mitch. Mitch is playing with force. Put it that way. He's playing with force, and that bodes well for us as well. And I like the fact that because whenever he gets into a little run like that, it's an injury or something comes up. Right now, he's in this little rhythm, and we got 39, 38, 40 games left to really see, is this just one of them periods he goes through, or is this going to be Mitch for the rest of the season? Not to say he's not going to have a bad game, but for the most part, if Mitch is a double-double guy, 2 blocks a game, then the Knicks have to, really think about re-signing him.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's what's got me tripping about the Noel thing. But you know what? Yeah, I mean that game against Dallas, man, he played with force. He was dominating Maxi Cleveland, them guys, man. They couldn't do nothing with Mitch that game. I mean, and that's what I would always say. His offensive rebound is second to none to a lot of guys because he got athleticism and he's tall with athleticism, and that's rare. You got some guys they tall, but they not super athletic.
Right.
But this guy is tall, athletic, and he can get down. So I think he's gonna have a good game night against Plumlee, man. I think he's gonna go get it, KJ, and I'm looking forward to that. But that LaMelo Ball and Alex Burks one. That's what I'm looking forward to today.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes, sir.
Because I mean, that's 6'6", he's 6'7". He can give him a little trouble down there, and I think that we slow them cats down. Normally, we want to play with pace like Shaw Power Day, but I don't care. We go half court all day today. We can go half court all out. You know what I mean?
And this is what we're going to find out about Tibbs right now. Tibbs was the coach of the year last year, so the money's on line for Tibbs too. Because we talked about people said, "Oh, we got to get rid of Tibbs," but you know what? This is when coaching comes into play. You have all this firepower now. How is he going to manage everyone's minutes? Put in the right plays at the right times. It's a lot of things going on, and shout out to his staff because his staff they don't get enough credit as they should.
Right.
So my thing is I want to see the rotations, and if the players in there they're not doing nothing, pull them out. I want to see the coaching now because we have the players. The players are playing right. We're adding the pieces. Now the coaching has to come in to really manage the team the way we think they should. So he has a lot of managing to do, and I'm willing. I want to see what he does. As far as the game today, this is a young team. These guys like to get out and run as far as Charlotte, what they like to do. How are we going to stop them? Are we going to get out and defend that three-pointer? What are we going to do? Are we going to play that bully ball, that Mitchell Robinson, that Julius, and RJ? Fournier, that's our core. A lot of answers to be answered in the next 12 months. Are we going to keep this core? Most championship teams, you look at the Golden State Warriors, they kept the infrastructure together. The 3 players, Draymond Green, Thompson, and Curry. We have to find out who is our infrastructure for years to come on the scene. Is it a Mitchell Robinson? Is it RJ Barrett? Is it a Julius Randle? Is it a Cam Reddish? Is it RJ Barrett? Is it a Fournier? Which 3 players or 4 players is going to be here for years to come? So we're still trying to piece that together, and it's happening now. So let's see what happens, guys and ladies.
Yeah,
real talk. I think Mitchell Robinson, RJ, and Randall, you literally could keep them guys there. You just got to get a bona fide point guard in New York. I think you get a bona fide. Let me tell you, not a point, a bona fide playmaker. Playmaker. You know what I mean? We need a playmaker down there, but I think if you get a playmaker, pass first, do like a Rubio or somebody, Mitchell Robinson will literally have 20 points a game, probably, because it's just that we don't got nobody breaking down that lane and getting in there.
Right.
And when Fournier get in there, he want to shoot. But I'm glad because he need to make the bucket. But like I said, I think him and Burks are score first type players, and but we need a guy who's going to facilitate and then think pass first and shoot second. unless he open, then you do what you got to do. Jarvis and Queen, but I think it's gonna be fun today. I do think the Knicks go in there today and win this game. I'm not even worried about Charlotte today. I'm really not. I just don't think their defense is that good. And I think them guys they run up and down the court. You slow that ball down, make them play half court ball. The only one you concerned about the 3-point shooter to me is really Terry. I mean, Gordon Hayward can hit him, but he ain't consistent like he used to be. So I think the Knicks might go on like Katie said. We might be one of them. We might go into the grindhouse mentality today. Hey, Knicks and bruises today, basically. Knicks and bruises today, man. Give it to them young boy, man. Go down there and let them feel the pressure of playing New York against some grittiness. And I think they come out well tonight, man. I'm really hoping I quickly bounce back. I love what Grimes was doing. Out of all them cats we got down there, that man is here to stay. You better not get rid of that young man. Everybody else, hey, whatever. But Quentin Grimes, I think he's gonna be special today. I think Kelly Oubre might be out, or he might be. I know they say he was out, but he might be back. We're gonna deal with him in a second. He's a handful. But overall, Jarvis, I think we got enough firepower. Our defense is playing well, and our 3-point shooting is there. I think we go in there and win that today, man. I don't even have a problem with it today for sure. And I think we want that win to get us a 20. We're playing good at home right now. We get to 23 and 21. Man, we move up to the 7th spot today, and then we play tomorrow.
Yeah, we do.
We got a back-to-back tomorrow. We play the Minnesota Timberwolves. Carl Anthony Towns and Edwards them come to town tomorrow. So, it's going to be interesting, man. These next 2 games should be gettable, but I'm looking forward to it, though.
Yeah, Minnesota is playing well, but we should still be able to get that. The thing about it is being aggressive. RJ, even like RJ doesn't have to get 20, 30, 25 points a night. But if he's aggressive, that's putting pressure on the defense, and then that's opening up things for everybody else. And like you said, KJ, to your point, he reads the defense well. So he knows when he has it and he can shoot, or when he's drawing the defense, he can make that pass. So it's just being a threat out there. The way he's playing now, he's so aggressive. It puts pressure on that defense. So, I mean, I hope, to your point, Jarvis, you said it earlier, the Knicks is so hot and cold on the player. Obi, we want Obi to take Randall's spot. Now Obi fell off. Oh, we got to get rid of it. It's time to trade Obi. Like, we so hot and cold on the player. So, if RJ comes back down a little, it's okay. As long, to me, it's about his approach. Not even about the stat. It's about his approach, being aggressive, going for it. You make it, you don't, but you involved. And that's what I'm seeing out of RJ, and that's what I like. And if he continues to do that, no matter what his stats are, it's going to open up things for us, because now the defense is going to have to react to him. You standing out in the corner, whatever, they don't, what they got to do. You driving down that lane, they got to make a decision. So he stay aggressive. I need Randall to stay aggressive too. Randall gets into his little passive moments too, with his games where he's only taking 4 shots, 5 shots, 6 shots. You gotta make them. As long as they're good shots, take them. Because somebody said on Twitter, I like the word they use, gravity, when it comes to Randall. He just draws. Whenever he gets the ball, the whole defense sucks into him. And that opens up stuff, for everybody else. So the same thing with 28 too. That was my problem with him. He 4 shots in a game, 5 shots. No, you have to be aggressive. Facts. They stay aggressive, hit or miss. We're gonna be okay.
Facts. Yeah, and we go around the panel, man. We get ready to get into this game and everything. Jarvis, man, give me some word before we get out of here, man. Appreciate you coming on, my brother. I'm glad to know you're doing well down there in Louisiana, man. Holding it down, man. So give me some word, man, before we get up out of here.
Man, I don't know what to say after what Miss Stephanie just said. I think she said a mouthful. But as long as we bring grit today, whatever we do, we're good. Let's do it with grit, with toughness. Right. Whenever one other thing that I would like to see these guys do, when Randall has that ball, give him angles to pass to you. Because if he tries to get it to you in traffic, or if you don't give him angles, it's going to lead to a turnover. But those guys would start cutting to the basket. I would like to see Obi do that more when he's in the game. But if they would make them cuts, man, with Randall, you'll see Randall getting 9, 10 assists. They just make them cuts. But long as they make the right reads, they don't force anything, they play together. and they just get after defense on the defensive end and the offensive end, man, I believe we can beat Charlotte. Now, but bear you in mind, what I love about this game, if anybody knows me, I am so big on what my guy Divine called as the litmus tests, and they are. This is going to be a very good test for New York today. If we can continue the trend of how we've been playing on defense and how the ball is moving, RJ staying aggressive. Miss Stephanie, that's why I say you said a lot, man. I feel like I'm repeating.
I didn't leave any meat on the bone, huh?
If they do that, man, I believe this team's gonna be able to get a victory today, and we need a victory like this against a team that has been above 500 like we did against Dallas. We need a win like this, and I think that will catapult us into a whole new level of confidence and a whole new level of focus of locking in. And hey, man, I'm just happy to see where this leads. But bear you in mind, I do not believe our front office is finished yet with this team. So let's just continue to be a little patient. I know it's a little anxious. What is the next move? What are they gonna do? Hey, let's just take this at a game at a time. Let's just let them work and do what they do. They'll report it whenever they want to report it. And let us just focus on, man, just being a support system for this team. But I got to give them props for one thing before I go. I give the front office props, Leon Rose, them props for not giving up Quentin Grimes in that Cam Reddish deal.
Right.
I have to give them a lot of props for how they constructed that deal. They got what they want, and we got what they want. They got that first round pick. It really didn't mean as much to us, but they got it. Got another player. From what I'm hearing, I want to see if you guys have heard the same thing. Did you hear that they possibly may be releasing Solomon Hill?
Yeah, I figured they would.
Yeah, he's injured for the rest of the season, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. I think they probably going to end up releasing him, free up their roster spot. But hey, man, I think that was a very good. I think that was very good deal in the way the front office deal and how things came together for that Cam Reddish deal. But hey, enough about that. That didn't happen. I love my man Cam Reddish is already practicing, doing a little practice with the team, just trying to put in work, get acclimated to the system, the expectations, how he fit in. And I love RJ is saying he's gonna try to do whatever he can to make his transition easier. I'm loving what I'm hearing from these guys. Cam Reddish is talking about actually earning minutes and not expecting stuff to just be handed to him just because he came over here. I'm loving that mentality. I believe, Divine, this next 4 or 5 game stretch that we're going to go through, I think that's going to be very, very telling about our team. And man, if we can continue, especially before we go through that little brutal stretch to where we're really going to have to bear down and come with it, before we go through that stretch, that's going to really, really show, man, that we really, really turned the corner on what this team possibly could be going forward, man. But y'all don't pay me no mind. I've been shut down for a little while. I'm running my mouth, but I'm just excited about what they got going on. And hey, man, let's go, Knicks. Let's just get this victory. Don't be a good game. It'll be a tough one to win, but I believe we got the makeup to do it.
Facts. KJ, bring it to it, man. That's why MLK gave it today, for you can be able to do that, brother. You good up in here. Don't even worry about that.
Hey, Jarvis, man, throw some of that good old gumbo to Jersey for me real quick. I need some of that. But anyway, look, Devon, as always, appreciate you, my brother. Keep boosting the channel. Please like, subscribe. Thank you for allowing me to come on, share my content. I got a score of 120 to 100 today. I'm going big. MLK. I don't know if that's the truth that Melo is in health and safety protocol today. I'm not sure if it's a back, but if he's out, hey, it is what it is. So we get the W to win. We win in the next 4 at home. Salute, Steph. Salute, Jarvis.
Yeah. Hey, let me bring my sister, man, up in here, man. Thank you for coming on the show, sister. You already know. Blessing the show, man, with greatness, with your presence. Y'all already know where she at, man. NBK all day, man. Y'all go down there and hit up Queen's Court. Make sure y'all like and subscribe and keep at the Queen and knows, man, because she's making a big difference up in this male-dominated industry that we end up in here. have a lady of her intelligence and her grace and her presence to come on these shows and give us all this knowledge. Don't take that for granted. Y'all make sure y'all go down there with Seminar Matt. Whenever you see Queen's Court on, y'all get it popping. Sister, the floor is yours, and thank you for coming on. Real talk.
I said
Thanks,
enough
Divine.
already. Yeah, thank you, Divine, Jarvis, KJ. I appreciate the opportunity. You know, sometimes I said, look at Divine. He got about 4 or 5 people. I'm just gonna hang back, but I'm always supporting. Queen's Court is early today. It's at 3:45, right after the right after the Knicks game. Any of you guys want to come on, you can. I could DM you the link if you want. Just DM me and let me know you're interested, and I'll send you the link. And just thank you. I appreciate it. I love the direction the Knicks is going. Let's go Knicks. Let's get this win.
Yeah, to everybody out there, we're gonna get up out of here. We got like 3 minutes, 5 minutes.
Yeah, right.
Happy MLK Day to everybody, man. What an honor to be on a day with these distinguished people on this panel, man. Real talk. And to y'all already know it is the chat. Plush Nice, Nick 100, Unique Allah, my physical brother. Thank you for coming in. Peace up in Pennsylvania. You got Swiss Ball in the building. EX075 in the building, man. Nick P, peace to you. Swish Ball, Source One, everybody, man. Like I said, Nick P, man. If I get your name, Shaw Powers was in the building. Fabian, Tim Smith, everybody, man. You cats going in. Rodney and Mazel, y'all go get a popping. Big Task in the building. Sergeant, you already know how we do. Joey Marini, if I said that right, probably if I messed it up. But yeah, man, we gonna go get it, man. Nick's right here. About to go to MSG and get it popping. And y'all enjoy the game today, man. It's gonna be fun. I'm ready to get into it, man. I'm looking forward to this thing. We're gonna hold it down. Knicks Real Talk, Queen's Court, KJ Events, Jarvis. We appreciate y'all. Enjoy that game. Go Knicks. Knicks 115 to 100. We're gonna bring the New York City Gritty Committee defense today, and our offense is gonna run amok on them because they don't play defense. So let's go get it popping, man, and let's enjoy it. Queen's Court 345 MBK channel. Y'all go down there, support, like, subscribe. Knicks Real Talk, like, subscribe, keep us content creators in y'all thoughts, man. Let's go get it popping. I'm out of here. Y'all enjoy, man. Peace.
Salute.
All right, there we go. We out. Yo, salute everyone. We out of here, man. KJ Divine, Knicks Real Talk, man. We see y'all enjoy the game, bro. Peace.